We did that problem on the bottom in the last video to get it out of the way. So let's do the top two problems now that we're finally finding a derivative, finally doing a little bit of calculus here. Let's remember for the 100th time that we can find slope this way. That's the definition of derivative when you strip everything away, right? So for us, f of x plus h, we just plug x plus h in. So that's going to be 2 x plus h cubed. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll use t. Since they want to use t, we'll use t. T plus h cubed plus t plus h. I'll try to write my t's more like not pluses, so it's easier to see. Minus 2t cubed plus t. Put that parenthesis there just to remind you that this is the input, right? Even then. So how does this distribute? Well, we get 2, and if you remember from the Pascal's triangle, row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3, here's our coefficients for an expansion, which means it's going to be t cubed, 1t cubed plus 3 t squared h plus 3th squared plus h cubed plus t plus h. And that's all inside that first part. It's going to be minus 2t cubed minus t. What can we spread out here? Should we write it out? 2t cubed plus 6t squared h plus 6th squared plus 2h cubed plus t plus h minus 2t cubed minus t. This whole thing is still going to be divided by h. We'll get to that part. So can I cancel anything out? It should, right? There's a 2t cubed to cancel out and a minus t. Here's a plus t. So that's almost everything that cancels out, right? So we get a 6t squared h plus 6th squared plus 2h cubed plus h, all divided by h. So of course you can see an h is going to cancel out of each one of these. And so we will get 6t, that's supposed to be a t, squared plus 6th plus 2h squared plus 1. And it's not divided by anything. And now we remember h is 0. So that goes away, that goes away. So if my arithmetic is correct, then I believe the answer is going to be f prime of a. You read it like this. Or if you want to use your f prime of t, since we're doing f of t, equals 6t squared plus 1. That's the answer for that one. Let's look at the next one down. X to the negative 2. What does that even mean? What's x to the negative 2? Should we keep that definition of derivative there? Let's keep it in there just so we don't have to rewrite it. Okay, so x to the negative 2. I don't know how you like to write that, but I hate negative exponents. So f of x equals x to the negative 2. I'm going to write that as 1 over x squared. Okay, so for f of x plus h, that's 1 over x plus h squared minus 1 over x squared. You see how I wrote it this way? Because here it's an instruction. Here is the actual formula. We happen to use x's in both of these, but they don't mean the same thing. This is like your instruction booklet that says whatever's here, that's what you're putting in here, that's what you're putting in here. It could be a smiley face. It doesn't need to be an x. But when we do the math through this formula, you see we're plugging it in here. Okay. All right. And then that'll all be over h in a second. We'll do that in a second, like this. So can I do anything to fix this? Well, we need a common denominator, right? So let's multiply top and bottom for each of these guys. If you know by now, you should know how to do this by now. And what's that going to give us? Well, we got to expand that out, right? So it's going to be an x squared minus x squared plus 2xh plus h squared over x squared x plus h squared. That's going to give us, this cancels. So we're going to get 2xh plus h squared over x squared x plus h squared. That seems right so far. Do I have an h to put on bottom? I do. See that one we left out there? So I'm going to put that h in front like that. And let's go ahead and cancel him right out first. So far I'm looking at 2x plus h over x squared x plus h squared. Okay, this looks about as far as we can go with any kind of cancellation. So we'll go ahead and plug in 0 for h now. Now it's gone. That's gone. So I'm going to see if this works. It's going to be 2x over x squared, right? So that's 2x. We'll cancel 1x off like this. So it'll be 2 over x cubed, which you can rewrite by bringing this up to the top as 2x to the negative 3. Did I miss anything here? I did. I see it. This minus was supposed to come out to this. So this should actually be a minus 2x to the negative 3. Why didn't you guys catch me on that?